Alright, what's up guys? So, today we are doing some serious work to the Driftstang. We are going to put everything back in the car, fill it up with fluids, and try and start it today. Now, the only issue with that is I can't find my oil cooler, so what I'm going to do right now, well not now, but today now, is I'm going to take the adapter, the sandwich plate off of the oil cooler and just put a filter on, and then once I find my oil cooler, then I'm gonna put it on because I want to get it running. I want to make sure everything's good, and I ordered a MAF sensor for my injectors because I don't have one, so that should come in this week coming up, and then we can throw that in and then send the car to the dyno to go get tuned. But right now I'm gonna go meet up with Cody. We're gonna have some IHOP, and then we're gonna head over to the shop and get some work done. So I'll see you guys over at the shop. Okay, so we made it to the shop. Quite an eventful little bit here, but before we even got in. But we're in now, and we gotta get work done. So Cody, first off, is gonna lift up his car and check it again, because it is running, but it's leaking a little bit. So he's just gonna take a look to see what's leaking. We're gonna fill this thing up with fluids and coolant, and try and get her started today. But first, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna tackle the fueling system. Because we have all the fuel stuff, which is in here, yeah, we're gonna make some lines, we're gonna put the fuel pressure regulator in, and we're gonna start running stuff and get it all wired up so she can hopefully start today. Okay, so far things are going good. This is the front fuel rail line, bam, goes there. We have the feed line, which is actually longer than the return line, which is weird because the feed line goes from the hard line, where is it, here to here, while the return line goes from this side of the regulator to here. So it's actually a shorter distance because of where I mounted the regulator. So yeah, the only thing we need to do is I need to make a return from the bottom of the regulator over to this fitting here, but all I have right now are 45s, and I need a couple 90s because this distance is so close. Only a 90 will cut it, so I need to go to Lordco, get that, and then I need to go to Lordco as well and get fittings for my fuel rails because I did mess up. I told the guys over at J2 Racing that they were, I think, 6 AN. I'm pretty sure these are 8. I have to double check. But yeah, so I messed that up. So while I wait to go do a Lordco run for that, what I'm gonna do right now, oh, Cody went to put the oil filter in. He took the sandwich plate off because I can't find my oil cooler. So he just put that on so that we can run it, see if everything's good. So I now have some drive shaft bolts, which are in this bag. So I'm gonna go and throw my drive shaft in so that that's done. What I will do is I will throw my radiator and stuff in. So I'm gonna go do the drive shaft and then move on to that. So if you guys notice, the intake's off again because we're running into an issue. This part of the fuel rail is hitting the distributor like really bad, to the point where this, you can see the gap in here, even with the spacer, does not want to sit properly. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do here, like what my angle's gonna be, because we still need to time it. Like I'm okay with running a fuel line all the way around the distributor if I have to, but the distributor itself is just like in the way so much. That's disgusting. But I'm gonna try and figure that out. Me and Cody are gonna go do a Lordco run to go get the fittings for the ends, and the we need to get a new vacuum line for the brake booster and stuff. So we'll see you guys when we get back. Hopefully we figured this out. So we may have, to me it's a big issue because I want to be doing something wrong, because it'll be a quicker fix once somebody tells me what I'm doing wrong. But right here, we are still running into the distributor. And we can't put the fuel rails on because it's in the distributor. And I switched the rails to the other side to see if maybe I messed it up and it did the wrong thing. This rail is actually longer and doesn't, the bolts for to bolt up to the intake don't actually match up. So I called Summit and I asked them, I was like, hey, am I doing something wrong? Like what? Because I can't figure it out because it's supposed to work for stock stuff, and I have a stock distributor and basically stock intake manifold and stuff like that. But I was like, what am I doing wrong? And I talked to the guy, he's like, did you maybe put it on the wrong side? I'm like, nope, I switched it. And he's like, what's the part number on the box? It's the right part number on my invoice. He's like, what's the part number of the fuel rails? And I give him the fuel rails and he's like, okay, that works for one of 3 instruction sets that I'm getting, but it doesn't tell me if that's the wrong fuel rail for your motor. So he's like, you have to call tomorrow because what might have happened is somebody might have put the wrong rails in the proper box. Like in the box that I need, but the wrong fuel rails. And I was like, what? And yeah, so now I'm just having this whole complicated issue of I'm stuck at this point because I can't hook anything up, and I just went to get the right fittings for this, but there's no point putting them on if I find out these are the wrong rails. And this really, really puts a big dent in the schedule because this car was supposed to go to the mission event, but it may not make it to the mission event. So I have no idea what I'm gonna do. Like, I honestly have no idea. So basically, I'm stuck. I can't finish the fuel system. I can't do any of that. I can't time the engine, none of that. I can't even start it. So, this really, really
sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. I hope Cody put his transaxle back in.
Again.
Yeah, but I think what I'm basically gonna do is I'm gonna put the rad and everything in. I'm gonna put my drive shaft on, and tomorrow we're gonna find out whether or not these are the wrong fuel rails. I hope they're not. I hope I'm doing something wrong so that they can be like, yeah, you did this wrong, fix it, and then bam, it's fixed and we can get back on schedule. If it's not, I have to ship these back. They have to ship me new ones.
You're the only person I know that would wish they've done something wrong, rather than like you look at it and be like, oh, this is on them.
Well, because if I do something wrong, I can fix it right now.
No, I hear you on that.
Yeah.
It makes sense. But like normally people are just like, oh, that's a relief. I thought I was doing something terribly wrong.
No, I hope I'm doing something wrong because this thing was supposed to be running today. The MAF sensor for the injectors comes in a couple days here, so that would have been in next week, and then it would have been running fine, and then we could go tune it a week or two before we have to go to mission, and then we could work out any little bugs. But if this sets us back a whole bunch, we might be like that close to getting to mission. And I want to go to mission. This was supposed to be the debut for the Driftstang and all its power, but I don't know. I might have to see what happens. So I'm gonna go do that stuff and put the drive shaft in and the cooling stuff, and I'm just gonna see you guys tomorrow, and I will let you know on the verdict of the fuel rails. So see you tomorrow. Alright guys, we are back. So yesterday I was kind of in a bad mood because of the whole fueling thing, but today, yesterday, I went and I hooked up my power steering lines, put the cooling system in with like the rad, the fan, all that. Put my drive shaft in. So basically the only thing that is stopping this car from running right now is filling up the tranny with fluid, filling up the oil, and figuring out my fueling issue. I'm on the phone, on hold right now, waiting for Summit to answer, so I'm gonna just deal with this. Guys, cross your fingers that I messed up and put it in wrong, because I don't really have time to ship these out and wait for ones to come in that are the right ones. So I'll let you guys know what they say once they pick up. Okay, so I just got, I got off the phone with Summit, and they said everything's supposed to look okay. So they're like, you can talk to Edelbrock. I talked to Edelbrock and told them that I'm still running to the distributor, and they said that these fuel rails they don't work with the GT40 intake, but they do work with the stock one. But I'm a little bit confused because they are the same for the most part until this. And the issue that I'm having is this is too far forward. But they said it doesn't work with this intake. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to take all these little things off, unbolt the lower, put this intake on there, fit it up, and then see if the fuel rail still hits the distributor, because like you can even see here how far forward it sits compared to this side. So I gotta see like I don't know. If that's the case, I'm gonna have to buy new fuel rails. And that really sets me back, but I'm gonna try it right now. I'm gonna take that lower intake off and then switch it and check the fitment. Oh guys, this just isn't going well. So I switched the lower intakes to see if they were right. Maybe it was off. And as you can see, factory GT lower intake, new rails and injectors, and I can't put the distributor in because it is still hitting there. So I gotta, so annoying. I gotta give him another call and I gotta see what is going on, because this is just ridiculous. And man, it's really turning my days off into something else. But like, at least we got everything else back together on the Driftstang, like the rad and everything. But this is the one thing that is just holding us up. So I'm gonna give him a call and let you guys know what is happening. Okay, so I just got off the phone with Summit, Edelbrock again, and they said there is no fix. It's supposed to bolt in directly. He gave me the measurements so I could double check to see if maybe they, were like too long or something. The driver's side is supposed to be, I think it's 14.8, and the passenger side is supposed to be 15.5. And they both check out. They're both the same measurements. So if I return these and got new ones, I would just be getting the exact same rail. So basically I have to talk to Summit and see if I can get a refund for these. Okay, so I just finished getting off the phone with everybody, and I called Ford. They said, yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. Parts are parts. He said the only reason why you might have a different distributor is because if it's a California car, they have stricter emissions. It's not a California car, it's actually made in Michigan. So that's kind of cool. I know when my car was made. Talked to Summit, they said they can't do it, like it should fit, nothing works. And then Summit said that I can return them and try and get something else. So they sent me all the stuff to return them, but I talked to the sales guy and he's like, yeah, anything I have, I think you're gonna run into the same issue. So I gotta figure that out. I gotta see. But just a warning to 94 and 95 SN95 guys, watch out for the fuel rails, because like I'll show you what I mean. Like this is how skinny the aftermarket fuel rails are. And if you actually look in the corner from the factory, it comes, see that slant, how it's sloped down to clear the distributor. And any other SN95 guys, if you guys are running fuel rails, please comment or like message me on Instagram right here and like help me figure this out, because I have apparently there's a company that might make a kit to put a smaller distributor cap on, but they might not even make it anymore. And other guys said to run the MSD ignition, the MSD distributor, because it's a bit higher and you might not run into that clearance issue. So I have to check with all of that. But man, this was not how I wanted this video to go. But yeah, guys, please subscribe. Bring me out of this funk that I'm in right now. Hit the like button, hit the bell, and I will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully we have this figured out. So, peace.